We're just outside of Vegas and we're here with Kia to drive the new EV6 GT.
High performance electric car, and we're heading to the track. Andrea's first time ever. Oh yeah, easy, easy. Andrea, you gotta save some battery for later.
Don't worry, I will.
So we're heading to this autocross and acceleration thing, so we'll get that out of our system off public roads.
Yeah.
So we're in the EV6 GT. There's lots to talk about with this thing.
Yeah.
What's under the floor of this thing?
It has a 77.4 kilowatt hour battery and gets 332 kilometers, 206 miles of EV range, 576 horsepower, and 545 pound-feet of torque, standard all-wheel drive.
This thing is quick, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3.5 seconds. That's 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.4. It has a top speed of 260 kilometers or 160 miles an hour.
So this is based on the same platform as the regular EV6, but it obviously offers more power. It has the same size battery as the EV6, but less range.
So what do they do to make it different? Well, they take the larger electric motor that's in the back of the regular EV6. That's a 160 kilowatt electric motor, and they take it from the back. That's now the front motor in this GT model. And then they go, well, we need a bigger rear motor. So the rear motor is considerably bigger, 270 kilowatts. That's a lot of power.
Yeah, and this has got a dedicated sport suspension. It has electronic limited slip differential, and then it has larger front and rear brakes and unique front suspension performance components. There's a lot going on in this EV.
But we're not done.
No.
We're going to get into what do you get with this? What are the key standard features?
There is only one trim and it comes loaded. Check out these features: a heat pump, a 12.3-inch dual panoramic display with navigation and Kia Connect, wired Apple Carplay and Android Auto, a head-up display, wireless charger, Meridian audio sound system, manual GT Sport front bucket seats, heated front and rear seats, a heated steering wheel, a sunroof, a power liftgate, a surround view monitor, and remote smart park assist.
They have the GT button on the steering wheel, Andrea, but what else can you put it in?
You gotta put it in, ask for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure you like and subscribe, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's going on behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button.
So a lot of people might be wondering, since this is a high performance EV, would it be a good daily driver?
Oh yeah.
Wow, we're on the highway right now and it is smooth. Cabin is quiet. It handles incredibly well. Steering is not too light, a little bit heavier than I expected, which is what I like. And the suspension is a bit firmer, but feels good.
Yeah, the roads here, take it from us,
Yeah.
in Nevada are very smooth. They don't get the cold like we'd get north of the border, but even with the big wheels and the updated suspension, it's very compliant. It's not shaking your kidneys. And then you get into these beautifully bolstered seats, the first time they've ever done seats like this.
Yeah.
And it all comes together to make, this would be a fantastic daily driver.
Oh, I'm really excited about this. I like the regular EV6. I think it already has enough power, but if you want something unique and you want to be super excited when you get in your vehicle for your daily drive, guess what? This is it.
Well, it's the same thing as if like you had a 3 Series BMW.
Yeah.
Or you drove every day to work in an M3.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same kind of thing. They have the high performance version, but it's still a comfortable car.
Now let's get into the looks. I'm a big fan of the EV6 anyway. It's probably one of my favorite EVs out there. This one just ups the sportiness. You've got the GT badging, you've got black exterior accents, the side mirrors are in gloss black, and then how about those neon green brake calipers?
I like the look of it. I'm not as sold as Andrea.
Yeah,
I
he
think
isn't.
that the back of the car misses something for me. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is. But one of the things about this, and you have to check it out in comparison. They promote this as a crossover.
Yeah.
For me, this feels like a sportback kind of sedan feel, even though it has pretty good ground clearance. But it's not the height of vehicle you're expecting from a traditional crossover, like a Sportage.
Yes, we're riding on 21-inch GT alloy wheels. There is a tire repair kit, and this gets 6.1 inches of ground clearance, which is pretty good for this EV crossover. Something like the Mach-e offers 5.7 inches, so a little bit lower.
Andrea, when was the last time we got a car exactly the same north and south of the border?
I know.
This car that we're driving in is a US spec car. It's exactly the same car we'll get in Canada. That never happens. It's a limited supply, high performance car, spec'd one way and one way only.
Yeah.
I think they sell it in more colors than red though,
They
right?
do.
Okay,
you know
good.
what? My other favorite color is the blue. That's another standout
I think I'd get
on
the
the
blue.
road.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the red too.
I'd take the blue.
I'll take either.
I'd take the blue.
So moving to the interior, you know, the sportiness continues as well with the interior GT design elements. You've got these front sport bucket seats that Zach mentioned.
But they're fully manual.
They are.
On both sides. There's
Yeah.
no power operated. That's okay, I guess.
Well, I think if you're the only one driving the vehicle, I've got it in the right position that I like it, so I don't really care. But if you're sharing the vehicle, it might be a little bit annoying after a while. And it's leatherette with some suede inserts. It doesn't come with ventilated front seats, but I have to say with the suede, it doesn't get really cold and it doesn't get really hot. I kind of like that. It's similar to cloth, really. And there's also green accents to mimic the green brake calipers in the exterior.
Okay, so this is the same layout really as the regular EV6. The one thing I wish they had tried to do to make this a GT is instead of going with a 2-spoke steering wheel, they went with a sportier 3-spoke steering wheel. Now that takes more engineering to do that, but the car has this sporty vibe. It is very sporty, it's very fast. That doesn't scream sporty enough to me.
I do like it that it's a flat bottom steering wheel. Another thing I like about this is that the moonroof opens and there is an electronic shade as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of EVs that don't have an opening sunroof. That's pretty nice. And I like that it's tinted
as well.
Yeah, you can close it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the interior, the seats, the color, the steering wheel, and maybe some texture here on the dash. Other than that, it's really the same as the EV6. And that's good because this is the new Kia dashboard and it works really well.
There is a mix of hard plastic and soft materials in here, and of course, piano black.
Yeah, they went to the shiny hard plastic store, but it's not overwhelming, but it's there, and it's a trend that we don't love, but everybody's doing it. And then you have the wireless charger here in the center console, and also the rotary dial, and all of the plugins in EVs from Kia have that.
And one of the real standouts in here, honestly, is the 12.3-inch dual display screens. You've got the 12.3-inch touchscreen and the digital driver display. It's a very modern and sophisticated look in here.
Andrea, does it come with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto?
It does not, Zach.
It does not.
No.
This is the flagship car. This is top of the line.
Yep.
Not available.
You know, that is a feature, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, that I really like and I miss when a vehicle doesn't have it.
So here's me getting in the back seat. This isn't going to be a replacement for a compact SUV for headroom. However, it is a roomy vehicle.
You're right. This has got great space. Not only does it have the flat floor in the rear, but a lot of good front row legroom. The only EV that competes against this that has more is the Mustang Mach-e. Second row legroom is also very good. It's the Model Y that offers the most in this category.
And then when you lift the tailgate at the back, it's kind of what you expect in this category. As Andrea mentioned, no spare tire, you get a tire repair kit.
The Kia offers 50.2 cubic feet of overall space and 24.2 cubic feet of space behind the second row.
So they have us driving in this beautiful countryside near Lake Mead outside of Las Vegas on the way to the autocross and acceleration course. But time now for what, Andrea?
We got to drink some water because we don't have any coffee.
Again.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Do you feel the extra performance is worth the upgrade considering the price and range loss for a normal commuter car that most electrics are purchased for? I mean, that's actually a really good question because you're right. how much power do you really need? The regular EV6 offers less power and has more range than this. So I guess the way we look at it is this has plenty of range for our everyday lifestyle.
Okay, the analogy we talked about earlier, somebody has like a regular car, gas car, and then they have a high performance gas car. Well, the high performance gas car has more power and is not going to have the same kind of range because it uses more gas. It's the same thing. But somebody who's buying this car will live in a suburban or a house with a plug and every day drive it and have a blast.
Enjoy it.
And it'll probably be just fine. The whole range thing is for people that are doing longer trips. But if you're just using it every day in the city or wherever you live, it's more than enough.
And you know, research shows that 80% of people charge at home. It's only those small occasions where you need something like a DC fast charger. And this has an 800-volt system. So you can charge this pretty fast, 10 to 80% in 18 minutes.
If I'm doing a long road trip, Andrea, I'm taking the Telluride.
How does it make you feel? Is it worth the price? I want to say the price first.
Yeah, okay.
Totally worth the price, because this is a high performance EV with a lot of horsepower, and it's priced actually really well amongst the competition.
Well, the thing is, the competition are higher performance, maybe not higher performance, equal performance, but a higher price point. So you want to get performance like this in an EV, you're going to a Porsche Taycan.
Mach-e GT, the whole performance on that side, and that's well over $80,000. So in Canada, this is under $75,000, and in the US, it's just under $60,500. That's a good price point.
So they told us in the presentation, of course this was a US presentation, but it's going to be the same in Canada. Someone who's going to buy this car, they don't care about the price. They want the highest performance, best value EV they can get. This is it, and they'll buy it, and they won't even really look at the price.
They should have increased the battery size for this one. A high-priced daily driver like this car should have power, heated, and ventilated seats. I suspect they got rid of that in an attempt to reduce weight. So I did ask the product planner this morning about the manual front seats. Now, they are heated, but they are not ventilated.
And they're ratchet height adjustment.
Yeah, so you have a height adjustment on both sides, which is great. Now, we kind of feel like after driving it for the day that we are missing a power driver's seat, especially because we're sharing.
The passenger seat you could get away with. You know, it's really about the person who pays the bills every month. That's the driver. The thing about it with electric seat is you can have those little micro adjustments. With this, it's kind of like one notch. This notch is too far. This is too close. It would be nice to have an electric seat. What was the other part of that question?
Just about they should have increased the battery size. But
if you increase the battery size, you got to make the car bigger. So you're going to have a long wheelbase performance car?
No, we don't want that.
It doesn't work that way. So you have to work within the footprint of the car. You can't make the battery bigger because you have to make the car bigger. Andrea is going to the track for the first time.
How exciting.
I'm going to drive first, but then Andrea.
Yeah, then I'm going to do it. So watch me go.
Hey, there we go. Oh, yeah.
It's Santa's elf.
Stylish?
Santa's elf.
It is a good look. Perfect. Oh, that's a good fit.
Nice.
That's a good
That's
fit.
comfortable. Here we go.
Yes.
This is the headroom test.
Do you make it? I make it. We're going to GT mode. We're having some fun.
So what do you think of this, Andrea? Are you all ready?
I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Actually, even with a helmet, I can...
You fit.
I fit.
You fit just fine.
So I thought this was an autocross course, but this is actually a development course.
Oh my God.
Can you do this, Andrea?
I hope so.
See, and now you're going to watch him put the brakes on. So this is my first time ever with an electric car on a race course. And you know what? With a heavy car like this, here.
Listen to it. Can you hear it?
You can drift out the back.
Yeah.
That's fun.
We got drift mode.
Well, we're not in drift mode.
No,
we're just in
but
GT
we were
mode.
drifting.
But yeah, you can drift it, no problem. Oh yeah, drifting.
Wow. I think I'm good.
First thing that moves in the corners is our eyeballs. We look where we want the car to go first. Then we turn
Hard acceleration here. Hard acceleration here. There you go. So this is the fastest section. And then the right cones like there. The cones tell you where to go. Hard
Yeah,
braking
you
here.
really got to look ahead, don't you?
Yeah. The whole thing about driving is where you look.
Yeah.
If you look at something, you will hit it.
Yeah, for sure.
Accelerate, accelerate, accelerate. All the way down, all the way down. There you go. There you go.
God, amazing.
I'm getting a little queasy.
I
Yeah,
know, that's
it's-
how I was feeling. It's as a driver, it's no problem.
Yeah.
But as a passenger,
Hard
for sure.
acceleration. This is the fastest part here. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys, you would love this.
You're doing great, Andrea. For someone who's never done this before,
Amazing.
I think the car is very forgiving though too.
I think so too.
I mean, you've got all-wheel drive, you've got all that power, you got all those electronics.
I know, what a great opportunity. Not only did we get to drive it in the city, on the highway, but now at the track to really experience this high performance EV.
And then we get to go to the acceleration test.
Okay, here we go. This is amazing. Holy smokes. Wow. That's some amazing drag racing. I wonder what my time is.
They're gonna, the first flash I see.
Go.
Ooh, that's my first drag strip ever. That's fun. I like that. So our times in the quarter mile were pretty close.
Very close.
We're around 117
Yeah.
miles an hour, 118.
Yeah,
and,
we were pretty fast.
Pretty fast. The car is, and the track, that makes all the difference.
I think if I did it again, I would speed that up for sure.
All right, that was a load of fun. What was it like first time on the track?
My gosh, it was mind-blowing. It was amazing. Adrenaline rush. I had so much fun. I want to do it again soon.
All right, so you probably want to know like all the facts about this car. Let's get into it with our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. The GT model starts at just under $74,500 Canadian and just under $61,500 in the US. The EV6 GT has a 10.9 kilowatt onboard charger. With a level 2 charger, it will charge in just over 7 hours. And with a DC fast charger, you can go from 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes. The EV6 GT comes standard with an 800 volt system for ultra fast charging capability. In the US, Kia offers a 1,000 kilowatt hour credit at Electrify America over 3 years.
So you want kind of a fun EV? What else can you buy?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Genesis GV60 Performance model with up to 483 horsepower and 378 kilometers, 248 miles of range. It's priced at $79,000.
The Ford Mustang Mach-e GT Performance Edition with 480 horsepower and up to 418 kilometers or 270 miles of EV range. It has a starting price of $83,500.
The Tesla Model Y Long Range with 384 horsepower and 531 kilometers, 318 miles of range. It has a starting price of just under $87,000.
The Volvo C40 with 402 horsepower, 364 kilometers or 225 miles of range. It has a starting price just under $60,000.
So there are 4 electric vehicles for you to consider.
Lightning round. 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improve.
I just love the way that this handles whether you're in the city, on the highway, or at the track.
Power price ratio, you get a lot of car here.
What I'd like to see, an offering of ventilated front seats.
And on the seats, you need a power driver's seat.
If you want something special and unique with a ton of power, check this EV6 GT out.
I'm sure people are calling their dealer right now.